more some time ago and HMO Abronye and Wakoje Scotland ho baby or forest more a honor all born assessing and na Odini Juma our invite amount for we from different countries, especially African countries or more and na kwako kambo mu kingdom no Scotland ho baby na enuamu and Scottish authorities no edi echira Abronye omo eche no ehwehwe ni nsemu omo deported na say oye Ghana ni waba be piem wo Ghana na obaye no warning kese Abronye no onwie Scotland ho no mapam na ye se ye yu baabi a ko baabi we de yi ni baabi no oba be pio no angasa ne krom no tiremu a onwie adwuma no afekra no oba be hya ase aye ne kese wo Ghana ha sei enti Kofi Ofe the opera singer as I say I want turning KubalaHene no ye deporting free Scotland as I say oba be piem wo Ghana na Accra International Airport Abronye no manfo bisa ne nsem ode ne nsem etudwa in the wake of Otumfour say to nsem a ekoso ama wono agasa ode nsem betudwa manfo hu ne se papa nana se be ne buafu kakra wo ne kasem ne nyina echi no Abronye ba ye o se afa no oba bete ne kingdom no na afa na Ghana fo bete ne nka se wo be piem wo Ghana ha se ya oba be hye ne kingdom na se na oba bi port ya oba be hye ase de afri kroben so no oba be hye ase ye be ko na ye kwakotie Kofi Ofe ono ene KubalaHene yenko ne nkotie ne nsem odi tu dwane ba bi obehye ne kingdom na se afri no yenko ne nkotie no ne emra sese.
I've come to take over Ghana.
You've come to take over Ghana how?
Because I'm the king of Kubala. Everywhere I land I take dominion. When I establish my throne, so the time has come. Kubala Iliswe. You shall see from where the sun rises. Sunyani.
Welcome to Ghana.
Kofi Ofe or say waba back to Ghana. Na ejuma no odi was Scotland ne de oba beto aso e wo ho Ghanaians should get ready for him because waba ne kingdom no better no it is going to be the greatest because I say it was the lost kingdom omo ase every baby kese enti oba omaba no omo ebe make sure so omo kingdom no betimi anyini na abechen kingdom bia ewo eye Ghana ha sei no mu wi a omo asa to aso de akọ other countries obo Kenya and some other countries de eka ho especially the East African countries no na Kofi Ofe ne nsem no asase afri hen especially Ghana ha sei na oye na age so ode ne kingdom ni bi beba ha sei na man for say Ghana ha de enka yenim say kingdom ne de enka ba ko ha ete so pa em say internationally recognized impo wo Ghana ha sei ene amanone ni nkro aka nyina na ono ne de na ode ba no ochiremu a ebeba be ye kese pa na odinka di warning ebi eba ye time no Scotland no say we akwa se prophecy bi sa no say eye den a obeba be piem wo Ghana no be piem wo Ghana eho e no obesan so atintim the kingdom ni mu ye na wanya eye followers bebre ombesom no eni ade bebre enti odinka di warning ne by enti sa prophecy okan ye was Scottish forest ho baby no say eno na abemu na yenko recap. Let's go and then watch this particular video. Time and all Scotland or ma warning so beba Ghana no ba be share the kingdom na se yenko tie no so dem na sisi.
To the people of Ghana, to the people of Kenya, your king has come. You are the tribe of Judah. For the Creator has sent me to your land to bring you back home, the place you belong. You have lost your identity, you have lost your pride. You have lost your home. You have lost your heritage. I am the king of Kubala. I am the Messiah. I am your Shushuma. Bring you back home, the place you belong. The great mass exodus is coming, where all nations who belong to the kingdom of Kubala are returning to their land. No one shall make us afraid anymore, for we are taken care of by the Creator of the heavens and the earth, Yahweh. He is the one who shall lead us through the wilderness and bring us home to our borders, just like he did in the time of Moses. He's doing it again. The whole world shall witness these great events they shall see the great wonders from the God of Kubala. So prepare yourselves if you are in Ghana, if you are in Kenya, you shall be seeing the Messiah, the tribe of Kubala, soon. We shall walk on foot through the wilderness to the promised land. I repeat, we shall walk on foot through the wilderness to the promised land. Get your food ready and your body ready, for the kingdom of Kubala has come. I am the king of Kubala, the Shushuma of the gods.
And yes, that was a Kofi affair. Then someone or the to Jawabra, no, or a Scotland, or a Forest Honum, then somebody to just send a message to a Ghanaians, any Kenyans, sir. Ne kingdom na wate no enye se wote ne keke efri baabi ena omo dia ba be pie honom na eye lost kingdom a omo ahwehwe hunu se omo nti no efifiri nkron bi so anti also omo nyina omo ba no omo ka omo hubom na omo ma kingdom no etimi ejina na eno na omo kopie mu Scotland a omo ani anye ho asese de omo abono ede na ba no na se dem di ka de tudwa no odi sa won yi e by da enti ene ye de na be pie mu Ghana he ya wa ye na adwen se Oba Baba starting the kingdom ni bio e Ghana ha say especially obo kro bi ti se sunwane se wanti ni ya o se e ho no kwakosha ase de afri okosha ase de afri sunwane na omo a start ya build ya before we realize no that they've taken over the whole of Ghana na is omo kingdom no and as say e teso a e be ba be chank any other kingdom e Ghana ha eno ene nsem akofi ofe e de etu dwa asese de amana kwakoye nsem bebre bi mu se na o see airport ho no o se nko mo hwe na mo pe ba bi de ne kwatena no mo hwe ne nsem mu ansa because say de o se kika ne nsem no na che se o hwa as ehwehwe aso kakra because ye you afri ba bi se o kingdom ne ye powerful a ada na Scotland ho no went me antintim wo honom na eye emie authorities and say me can say police for etatawa timi you free ho ade be pie mu a yabo ya timi deport wa be pie Ghana ha. Now the funny thing so they say oh be pie mu Ghana ha say no you could see you could still see sir na he was still dressed in his regalia na hinche any the way or dress or shisha ne want to say the kingdom of Kubala on your screens you could see that the same kind of dressing and now the be PM Accra International Airport. A man for the donor who say Abronye answer his mission no is not yet over. I think them so about revamping na Ghana has said already to video. A lot of people are reacting to it. Almost think international nsemu almost no mo etremu a yen hwe said ye be ya ye be sizi na dwumadi obabedi. Ebi mo kra kire say kingdom kesiye say ye ba bete no ombe hia ne ma sacrifices ne ade enti se sunwane ho potem ho ba bi potem ba akopie no echi na bete se we yayira ya kidnap we wakwa nwuram ba bi be 3 weeks ye hu na say ko hwe Kofi ofe because said ye elye was Scotland ebi mutumi 2 far plane ticket every omu krom ebi mu free Zimbabwe other countries South Africa omu free ho ko hia no e was Scotland Abusuanfour back in their home countries were looking for them. Scotland. Some of them were able to send messages back to their family. And he said, "BC was Sunyane and Ghana Hasaya. Not just a baby free bar, not yet me, Aquaquashim, not yehu, say Ampa or Kubala kingdom for no, and I say, Yankasa no more and call fire. And Yabin was to say, Yehu say, Nipa, we are, no, so your baby, Yabaka and Semumu Edia free. Maybe Musu business and Abusuanfour way because I was on with me Abronye and Tenase, not Yashan in some year, no Abusuanfour dear, Mumbisan and some because and yes, saying Yaditana or Memu. So sorry, I also want to kingdom that be Oyanasa any ye inti. Among also do na a Bobusianfour net is a Waba PM Ghana or Montremeno, now or Monino and Casa said Yabaya. And there may be a was started say Obabayano or better to so not ya and to be a better as a yachi Abronye at the Atum. People are also asking, send a kingdom ya Obabeti or the Betu Obiana or better kingdom no now be sini obi dear in such a way say some other kingdoms and I say some other I mean can say a quote to set the kingdom no better no they will become irrelevant or no need the end about betna and also questions are other people are also asking. And in and somewhere Kofi or fair what about PM or Ghana and in some change or there be PM no which one say no crap or Baba the kingdom nibio or my Ghana mu has say and see ever near the ninsam nechi na yahwe baby abuka kopie se enche bia bete ne nka osunyane ho side ho se wabone sesen eno no okohyase o forest baby anase okogifie kese bi no de ho aye na hemfie anase sen no obeye no is it going to be different from how he was operating in Scotland as compared to Ghana had the yoba be hyase ni nyina ye behwe na empanimfo so si ano kwan a eno so ye the updates no ebe bremo se de etie ewo ho enti wei eye Kofi Ofe nensemo a ode tudwa after say deporting from Scotland and na be piem Ghana eno ebeto ansem no so na ye de amamo quickly ne yenko FBI na omo ese cars more than 20 bia be piem Ghana ha say ya nipa nsia bi hu bom mu a sa cars no ye stolen cars a ebe piem e Ghana ha omo ton bi Ghana ha buyers from Ghana and a buyers from the United States of America e ji sa nipa nsia ya omo akoka adwamu yi omu wia cars na omo tonton ama bias ebi wo Ghana ebi e wo Scotland ti FBI for on their own page and omo de beto dwa say omo timi ahwehwe mu aye investigations for like a whole year and on atimi ama omo ehunu say cars no ebi etobi wo US ho ebi so etobi e wo Ghana it is a see any pensia on your screens where FBI case update from international car theft ring busted. A joint investigation has led to the indictment of 6 defendants who allegedly stole at least 20 cars and sold them to buyers in the US and Ghana. Now, so much more said the candidate to John Nipensia and Omuaka after Omu investigations, joint investigations. Now, Ghana authorities Ekahumbi and the US authorities Omu and the Kaumubo Omu yes investigation as I see let me PM say more at least 20 cars. Yes, a crown 20 cars and Ayira a free United States of America. Ya tobi ama Ghana for ya tobi so ama US for it's a state where they call different states kra na kwa wo fa so omo ye no ni nyina wo update we ma de eba be mamo ochiremu biewa or say the indictment follows a year-long investigation into an alleged DC-based auto theft ring that used electronic devices to reprogram cars to accept previously blank key faults. And a cartel it's some kind of a ring if we have your operations way and is in charge of this one way in the co we are car no not ways so why your programming no na key faults no key fobs and no car ni keys no say most of the cars modern cars are no ebi mu you push to start and no say key ni nchen ya untimi start. Some of them too are programmed in such a way that only the owners can handle the cars and I mean the way here no omutimi sanso nya different keys na omu a blank car no programming no na omanya new key then they program that new key to the car and the old key no because e be a wo restaurant be who the key no won chain obema na so kan si ho na say omu ko fa car no from e be a garage be a na omu a reprogramming car no to fit in a new key fobs na yes say omu the car ne ko enti e no and omu chemu a sa ring ni nyina no they've been able to identify them all omu eni omu ebedi hu juma. Law enforcement is continuing to investigate the defendants in relation to the theft of more than 100 vehicles. And after 20 no, omuchi pensia no, it's not just 20 cars because the reported 20 cars now they were able to trace no. Almost who say there are more than 100 cars that were not reported. Those 100 cars were never reported. Say, I say, it's in as much as say, and I say, oh, young reporting in they will still make sure say, omo ebe follows 100 cars no. Now omo share they will retrieve all these 100 cars. Now omo ede akọ back to the country of origin. Officers also executed search warrants this week at an automobile storage facility in Decatur, Georgia, which is suspected to be linked to the auto theft ring. Even Ghana has said some few years back, told just said they were visiting garage to garage. Or mobile garage, no more check some of the cars randomly to check and see say the papers and everything. Genuine. It's no more cars no farm. In fact, say quite papa so they be pay Ghana ha and then probably pay or garage. Those kind of operations were ongoing. The same thing and USA. Some garages be PM garage Decatur, Georgia, and who say those people were linked to auto theft ring. No, it's in Guswa so the officers were there to execute that particular search in those garages. So we will complete it. And okay. So that was the update, and I said that is the update. Free FBI or Muankasa or page and or posty this particular one and pay a bayan sembebre bubuja or Ghana has say a lot of people were talking about it. Say, hey, it's me kana meet you know say mono mazia me 26 bebrena aba market nim 2026 do na aba market nim. Are they genuine cars that are supposed to be on the market or that are supposed to be on our roads? And as I say, I say GRA, the customs division of GRA, or so your operations be quite so. And you they can tell you say your papers are fake. Once a honor, not one some of them they impound the cars for so many weeks, months. They be because I mean, how do you prove it? And see, I know FBI for the abetu. I say Ghana ha. It's part of the countries the cars ni be baha beton and a US one gas also or more edis money be over 20 cars and no reported and 100 cars and also unreported, but then or more airshana or more edini na ho ejuma. And that is the update coming in from FBI. And we'll talk car say CIA free and nay air ko you talk car na just say wash na one who say car na auto no a car ni papers ni bibia genuine. Yentwa so na yemfa updates no mamo yenko the CEO of Dominion Paint Stephen Komla Adom na Stephen Komla Adom papa yi eden sema ba betudwa ama amanfo dodo na ehu ni se den na niam bi say esi na ne nyina ni se o accuse Richard Niamakwe se papa yi na owo company bi ewo ho honom na Richard Niamakwe edi ni sika ne influence aya chinchim ne nsa agye ne company na free ne nsa ma asese yi ono ene ne mpanimfo anasa ono ne team ena omo run sa company no ono agasa de ne nsem tudwa Stephen Komla Adom ono agasa de ne nsem tudwa how he was sharing ono agasa his displeasure and as how he was displeased about the whole procedure about the takeover of his own company by Richard Niamakwe yanko tie ne nsem no na yemra sese
to declare that act as illegal and then order me to reopen the factory and above all make me pay for any losses that the factory might incur over the period. This is the civil matter he took to court. Let us know that he didn't go to talk about shareholdings, he didn't go to talk about ownership of the factory, he didn't talk about he being denied any of his rights under the joint ventureship. He only went to say that Stephen Adom, myself, have entered the factory on the 13th to drive out all the workers and lock up the factory. Did it happen? No. And the evidence are all clear. On the 13th, there was production. It's a big factory. So if we are doing production, we have a logbook in which we record all these things. On the 13th, there was production. On the 15th, there was production. On the 20th, workers took stock and left for Christmas holidays. So if he's claiming that the place was closed as at 13th, it is a palpable lie. 2, it was on the 21st, the day after we vacated, we went for Christmas break, that I received a court, the writ. And indeed, the writ came with an injunction order. He went to court on the 17th to lie that I've closed down the factory, sought for an injunction order, ex parte, which was granted on the 20th. So in the morning of 21st, I was served with the ex parte, the writ and the ex parte, they all came together. So knowing very well that I have not closed down any factory. In fact, resident factory workers reside within that premises. They reside within the premises. So I couldn't have sacked them out of the place when they were there. We were all at work. So I was in my house then when the workers came to call me that one Rashtamanja, who is the deponent in the case, plus 2 policemen and some few other people, some artisans, masons and water, were in the factory, and they were trying to eject them, the workers, from the factory and lock up the place against the order he himself has gone to seek from the court. He is now there trying to eject the workers from the place. So I came down to see what was happening. Then I questioned the police, the senior most of the police who were there, their mission at the place. And he said he came with the factory, with the bailiff to come and serve me. I said, the bailiff came to serve me in the morning. The bailiff served me around 9 o'clock or thereabout. And it's now almost 2 o'clock. So what are you still doing here? He said the bailiff asked him to wait for him, that he will go and come back and pick him. That's okay. Then go to the factory gate and wait. Then he removed his phone, made a call. Then he came back to tell
And that was Steven Komla Atomne Sam and Odi etu dwa kyerɛ mu a na omugu so omoye adwuma enye so ma close it down po as the time a omumpo ba ye sen ko mum free ehonom because ye the letter bre omo say omo enfree eye company ni mu no omo nko as at that particular time numpo resident workers were still within the company ye the letter mpo ebre na nopa anche bia no mbe pie mu ohonom ana omo kyerɛ sɛ omo ensese omo ne ma no omo enfree company nim omo dwene hu ba bia onte ase even within those periods they were still in operation ana omo eye adwuma I mean they were manufacturing omo ye paints ni ade eho adwuma omo eye nyina ewo ho honom still na omo eba ya omo ebehwe ya eyi omo edi omo free ho enti eno enema ono agasa share ni sentiment how the whole thing went ni nyina mu ode etu dwa say it wasn't the right way ena omo efa so ede egi eye adwuma no edi efree eye ono ne nsem eye Steven Komla Adom omo egi adwuma no edi free ne nsem na ono de eha ne pa se ne ma bisa etimi ekoso because a company that has not folded up eye den na mutimi etwe letter de bre no se on free mu police for mienu any other go for mo ka ho kopie mu ewo eye premises ho no mu a omo wo ho in that particular day no omo eyi omo edi omo afree eye company nim enti ono de na nani enhye da enye ne ma ekoso enti he was accusing eye Richard Niama Kwe say ode ono agasa some level of influence ene ni sika kakra bi na ode ewura se say the be obetimi take over eye ni company the paint company owo ewo ho no enti Komla Steven Adom ensem na ode etu dwa no enti yes ye be nsem na chi ni ahwe se court nsem no sign na we kwa wie because nsem no as we speak now and that's what court omo eka eho asem but as we speak now me dey tu dwa se yakopam mu nyina afi ho se ya ka asem na wie o se enka asem na wie yo in as much as court and I say saints court edi rate aba edi order aba ne de na je se o so omo free ho na as we speak now o tie ne kasem a ye ye ya age adwuma no de free ne nsem an sa e be di nsem na chi court nsem ni be di ache ni ahwe se the paint company ewo ho no who is taking over Richard Niama Kwe a oboni din no na echinchim ne nsa ede age ana enti ede eno update ni nyina ede ebema mo ede atoa so na yentoa so na yenko the Ghana Football Association and the Ministry of Recreation, Youth and Sports na on your screens the new Ghana coach waba foforo kra we tear rubber fresh and waba piem Ghana ha say enti enra Yemano a resounding welcome ewo Accra International Airport ema amanfo supporters and so supporters unions dodo na ekopie mu ewo ho ema brass band so yen ni ade ema coach na da ho ayede sash kama agu kom yama no flowers amanfo dodo na didi ne nchen especially GFA officials and the Ministry of Youth and Sports almost penny for didi ne nchen mu it's on your screens the new Ghana's coach Carlos Queiroz awabe piem ewo Ghana ha na obepie mu no oko the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the sports minister Kofi Idi Adams honorable ekodi nkomo ema omoma no welcome kese ekire mu say wabafie although your first time as a Portuguese waba Ghana they wo mu kire mu a wabefie enti bibia ni a also wotimi man panimfo aso te oh we na ekoso we are all part of the progress of a year Black Stars enti yen na ka ho omo man fugu ene ade nyina e de ka ho enti new Black Stars coach Carlos Cruz obepiem ewo Ghana ha na ye be kọ ni akọhwe because all was set for a year in the press briefing na obabeye ewo Alisa Hotel because of free sports ministry hona enoko pm Alisa Hotel for the press briefing. That was an unveiling and then the press briefing. And yanko heard the scenes ewo Alisa Hotel before the press briefing on Emra CCA. International airports any call ya yeko hu say welcoming no aye kama wo supporters union for nyina omo ewo ho na omo ebo mumume etwi mumume edihia eye coach ewo Accra International Airport. And on your screens Aqua Black Stars coach Osaberima Carlos Cruz. It is a CA omo amano edin because sports minister Dinkandi Tuja say yes omo obemano ombebono ohene anazo beba konwa amano ewo Ghana ha say said the beya obeba tenase because o corner se World Cup no okobo no homodin pa World Cup na se a enya de se ombemano akoso on your screens too Alisa Hotel ho and unveiling no ekoso omuwie no the press briefing enso so etwa so enti video a etwagui Alisa Hotel baby a omo press briefing no na Carlos Cruz obepiem Ghana ha no what were his first words and somebody no din kan first and no that was at the sports ministry or sports minister and a GFA president Ketokreku omo and the treasurer ya na omo de no kwakire sports ministry say yehwe mu no we ni ehu no enti quickly ni yanko tie the first words as Ghana Black Stars coach yewia na yakọ press briefing na sensembe in the course so e be ma mo tidbits of what exactly did he say yanko ni emra sisi
the sport minister. I just want to say thank you and thank you. In some moments, it's a small word to express what I feel inside my heart. Very small. To be part of the sport Ghana family, it's an honor and a privilege for me. Honor. I know, probably most of you know that I have very strong African roots. I was born and raised in Africa, in Mozambique, so to lead this country, an African country, Ghana, during the World Cup, it's an unforgettable memory in my life. So thank you very much. Thank you for your support. To be part of the sport family. If you allow me to say something, because I have a background also in sport and sports science, about football, and we have a major responsibility in that because you guys are workers, builders of one special thing in the people, which is joy, happiness, and pride. No other minister has this responsibility to create entertainment and bring joy, happiness, and pride for the country. And that is not something that you can see, but it's something that people can feel. So, good luck in your job. Thank you for your support, and to the future of that. Thank you.
Enti yes Carlos Cruz na yekoti ne nsemo a odi tu dwa na okiremu a Ghana adwuma ne de eso papa ohwe welcome ye de man no kra e kire se nipadom we nko akra se wa mo ho modern na so mo se omo ebeka jagu so a na che se enya agro nti Ghana adwuma no one of his biggest adwuma a wa ye nti ono so be make sure say adwuma na se de oje ye da na koma so no obeye na wo bo no ho modern pa no aye ni yie na a lot of questions were running through the minds of the sports can say fraternity. A lot of people had a lot of questions in their minds because someone see with the former coach and a new coach Abba. What is going to happen in the new Black Stars with the new face of Carlos Queiroz? And the questions na man for obebre na some key questions be one sports journalist our Ghana has say waji din pa put in across no. I hope some most of the omomko PM hono and so epeke ye ko bisa no. Now what is your own question and kaunya akonya ko PM bia ka be bisa no. Let's listen to some of the key questions ehu hia say ye be bisa coach no ye ba na be pensen mu e de amamonti yentie we na yemra sese.
So we know that on Thursday is that keenly awaited meeting between Carlos Queiroz and the Ghana media. That introduction has always been one of the highlights of the hiring of a new coach. It's always a fascinating gathering where coaches tell us about what their ideas are, what they intend to do, and we leave whether we are impressed or not. But mainly the judgment does not come from us, the media. Sometimes we can be a bit inward looking in our assessment of how a coach has done, but mostly their judgment comes from the coaches themselves. And there have been some really interesting one. Mariano Barreto going off about his relationship with Pele some time past. I remember the doubt and skepticism that surrounded Milan Zivadinovic, and then he disappeared when Ratomir Djokovic came. Even though he had taken Rwanda to beat Ghana, the main question was Ratomir who. And then we had Milovan Rajvac off the back of the 2008 Nations Cup, and a lot of people asked the question, why are you replacing Kloliwa, a luminary in African football, with a man from Serbia who had done very little on the continent, and he went on to take Ghana to the quarterfinal of the World Cup. I think with Queiroz, the questions will be obvious. What sort of tactics will he play? Will he be too defensive? Where does he stand on the big conversations around the Black Stars? Who replaces Kudus? Who will take Ayu to the World Cup? What sort of additions or subtractions is he making to the backroom staff and the technical team? And I think there will be a converse conversation on how that impacts some key positions in the team. Bernard, the goalkeepers conversation is not done and dust yet. I know some of you don't like it, but that's the honest and painful truth, depending on where you stand on the subject. So there will be a lot of questions asked, and I will be really interested if you could tell me in the comment section what for you are the 3-4 key questions that you think Carlos Queiroz must be asked absolutely as the new Black Stars coach. It will be great to ponder on that this morning.
All right, NT eno Michael Oti a veteran sports journalist Ghana has say and ordinance to Jan nti wanga sound so no enka unya akonya ehia the new Black Stars coach. Question ben and enka obebisa no talking about the technical team, talking about Mohamed Kudus who is replacing him, talking about player selection and also saying and the besia call then backroom staff. No, and so a question and a player management. Players need be almost Michael Otiaje was talking about Mariano Barreto or no Obey Ghana coach Kakra, but then he also had an issue with some of Ghana your players need be Emma Ekoye Sembebre and Chebia the former Black Stars coach Otuado also had issues with their captaincy at room maybe now I'm saying why you confused and or the man way in China wajama way afraid or say na adwuna befie ntie or the bema Jordan Ekoye Sembebre Ghana ha Accra Sports Stadium. Then we also talked about tactics. Are we going to have a signature as Ghana Black Stars? Saying you be a ball, saying you be a juma. Are we going to be defensive and we are going to be offensive? How is our midfield no saying any be no? You beside your former coach and say your tactics to saying or so no the only tactics be a oshiawa the way our ball there no. Now also the need the eshiao. Is there going to be the same kind of reply? And the new coach at the Bemayana, and a lot of people had a lot of questions. Now, omo SU omo bosa omo bebisa the new coach talking about certain targets. What is going to be our performance? World Cup. What is going to be our performance? Him said, Coach Yabe, he's in for just 4 months. 4 months next year about a World Cup. And after 4 months, no, any be decide they say, yeah, then the air to adwuma so, and I say, yeah, kwakofo before ama naba. Now the speculations are like they have maintained some of the coach Otuado Yejuma, someone like John Pencil as assistant coach and performance tracker. You're maintaining, Desmond Affair, the darling boy of the GFA. That is what people are saying. Also, you're maintaining, and Afatau Dauda. Eba ye say ono na ye assistant goalkeepers coach. Nina is some kind of confirmation. They are expecting say KTS Okreku the FA president or new coach Carlos Queiroz. Omumba he no ma confirming na de amaye player selection. They were talking about Barbara Man so ni ade say saying na nina ebesi akwakoye enti the new coach ne de waba say obaba be ye adwuma. Enti a lot of people are expecting say obebo ne humodin na odi ne mapa bebre aba Black Stars ni because said ye na ye di adwuma boy e ball no enche e bia na Samuel Oseko for the betu dwa say e bedrum rebi ni say ya na e be kona we can't beat any team because ye kai say in Ghana here even against Comoros ebi mu ko stadium before mbe pie ho no na sebe ebi mu say because I am hye ni doso yetimi yiri ho hye Comoros ba ko pe we are very happy say yetimi ahye omo enti ni nyina ne nsem a ekoso amanfo dodo na expect say new coach ya be we should see a very new face with a Black Stars ye beto aso na ye de ensem no e de amamwa ye ko FIFA World Cup na mu na ensem ben e na ekoso on your screens. Trump envoy seeks to replace Iran with Italy in upcoming World Cup. As we speak now, Iran, it is doubtful so omega ko pm our US akwa ball mo matches because say there's still a conflict between the US and then the Iran Israel for territory baby na omo de petition koma FIFA say nka omo ko ball mo matches no ebia Canada na say Mexico. FIFA say there be omo hye omo niema say omo ye ne sa that means you have to make some changes any ade omo ye ne sa so it forfeits the purpose of the World Cup. Say edi amine dodo na beka amine dodo na bom na edi peace ebeba ewiase nyina enji so omo yese omo eyi Iran edi omo akọ Canada na say Mexico so omo kọ games wo ho na je say aso omo fo ane ma ekoso no so enji ne ye boy ye ne ye ball ne ye ball wo de me mpekwan bi so ne mo ne mu ye bo wi anu makoto am ntokwa ne so da bi Gianni Infantino ono na ye FIFA president wan pene so anfa mo enti ano ena Trump the officials and I say United States official bako ono na sianka say free Italy they are 4 times champions of the FIFA World Cup almost yenyi Iran for free because say ya baby akeka kono President Donald Trump say ono de onka sama momma mo betimi aba bebo na say de ekoso imu a ma adwunu mu betene mo sam bese sankofo go play mu de mo ba US samo bebo ball a ene de mo amasemo a enti o say it is going to be very dangerous for them to appear in the United States some bebo ball ewo ho enti ano na ema asese an official a oka US government no ho ekiremu anka omo enyi Iran no mo fa Italy embeshem because ono agasa na si free Italy and Italy for also 4 times champions na afi omo entimi an qualify no enye fe enti nka yemfa Italy for emra emeshem that is the Azuris of Italy yemfa omo emeshem enti ano yen samwa ekoso as we speak now omo edi ho nko na se yebetimi di Italy ahyemu a yebetimi di Italy ahyemu a e wo se yakobo another playoff e wo se yakobo another playoff and san yetimi di Italy aba beshem yenko na yenhwe this particular video na yemra sese.
Now to an extraordinary story. According to the Financial Times, a US government official is urging President Donald Trump to replace Iran with Italy at the upcoming World Cup. There's been a conflict between Iran and the US since the end of February. FIFA President Gianni Infantino has maintained that Iran will be playing at the tournament, while Trump has recently said Iran would be welcome, but their participation would be inappropriate and potentially dangerous. Now, an Italian-born envoy to Trump has called for Italy to replace them in the tournament based on their historic victories. Paolo Zampoli told the FT, "I confirm I have suggested to Trump and Infantino that Italy replace Iran at the World Cup. I'm an Italian native, and it would be a dream to see the Azzurri at a US-hosted tournament With 4 titles, they have the pedigree to justify inclusion.
All right, so that is the current update. The camp, and as the office of the United States President Donald Trump, some of his officials are enchi Italy, Italy may replace Iran because said the Iran intimi emma bobo ni bi. Now quickly ento ansem no so ne enko Barcelona. Na ensem be na free hoba almost star boy and the dow screens ne so no eno Lamine Yamal. Na Lamine Yamal na what we game omo boy, I think it was midweek. Enra match omo boy and a din sem bebre akwakoba ama se se de wuchire mu a Abronye a ye friend no Lamine Yamal wakwakopra. Na ni pra na wakwakopra no it has menka say say there ontimi ntoa season ni so bio enti the rest of the games best 5 matches aka na omawie La Liga ne de Lamine Yamal almost star boy no ontimi ensi akan ebio na mom he is going to be available for the World Cup or Benjamin no about World Cup no the ama Spain enti no rehosem a free the camp of Barcelona ba eche bia na Rafinha ono so Eco prior, and now a command replacements koya some and as I say in within 5 matches to end La Liga no Lamine Yamal so aqua copra. Now yet twice on call the camp of Real Madrid in so another pra the same kind of a pra and no a muscle injury in the biceps femoris and no any pra Lamine Yamal a pra. Now the same pra is also an adagula. And I say Adagule, on also akonya. It's on also pra see idea. Yeah, you know free. I can say Real Madrid scored for the rest of the games. I call La Liga nim. Now on also see him so free Turkey. Turkey is also qualified for the World Cup. Now ni pra we prano. Ama see ontimi twa season this ubio. Nemom World Cup ne there. He is going to be available for a Turkey. And and also so Lamine Adagule on also ni update a free the camp of Real Madrid na Real Madrid hona so another same kind of a pra as also ewo hono mo eno Eda Militao on also akopra the same muscle injury in the biceps and biceps femoris on also the same pranibi and akopra he has also been ruled out for the rest of the season and he also ntimi ntoaso ensia kan agise World Cup 2026 and as any coach ebeton sa frɛ na obetimi aba beginam na wabo World Cup ni bi enti players miensa way in the La Liga omu miensa nyina omu epra they have been ruled out the rest of the season. Lamine Yamal, Adagule, Eda Militao omu nyina from the top teams of Spain, Barcelona and Real Madrid. Na yenko Premier League ni mu ni emfa the standings no emfa mro say omu bosu 2 ama for say Pep Guardiola ni 3 more den. So what wangasa uba ejuma for 5 good years what tata uba nani sa ama ontimi nje cap bia as we speak now Man City aba sign Arsenal ho ama akwakoye nsem bebre because say for so many seasons sa netie Arsenal better top edru say ye bewie ho no America ye say ye nya book curve na say Arsenal must start it da na we dey Atianemu here because Omunyina was 70 points. And the only thing I want to separate you more head to head because we have goal difference now. Omunyina was 37. Omunyina about 33 matches. And the goal difference need your pair points need your pair number of matches played and also so your pair. Now head to head because Man City Arsenal. And you know and Man City they have better first Arsenal and that 2. Na uhe table na ebobo so 2 70 the other third Manchester United and also 58 on Aston Villa 58 and omo and Obasia Liverpool at a fifth almost 55 points and Brighton and Wolves Albion almost also 50 Bournemouth 49 Chelsea 48 Brentford 48 almost 12 so now come relegation now Akwakoye Arehose Mohamed Kudus, the team Tottenham Hotspurs. As we speak now, they are battling relegation. And some are a free the Premier League table numu but na yenko Burnley omo arekra Burnley omo arekra na omo ede confirmation abase ampasese e do magye atom ekon no mbekon bia anye ye na last match a omo ne Man City boy ye nyina hu ha omo yigire omo nam so still 21 points there yemfa empia ka de obetimi aya so de besoa a league table no confirmation of relegation from the Premier League has been the consequence of a difficult season for everyone connected with Burnley Football Club. We began the campaign fully aware that the most demanding league in the world would present significant challenges. The outcomes is not what anyone connected with the club wanted. And almost say there omo ajatum say omo relegation. We would like to thank our supporters that have been with us through every high and low, home and away. That continued support is fundamental to everything we do. Burnley Football Club has 144 years of history. It has never been defiled by a single season, but by its ability to respond and move forward. And this is here omo de bibia beto nchen na omo ahwe omanim de ewo omanim no makwa kobo championship no mahwese empo omo ebetimi as back to the Premier League. And that is the updates coming in from the Premier League. And yebeto ansam no so na ye free sports nimo na yaba Ghana has say what is currently going on your screens. Government directs Newmont Anglo Gold decision to shift mining operations to local firms by December 2026. Yeah, this is from Reuters. And yechemwa Ghana buying and che biana daman yeji ye edema engineers and planners Ibrahim Mahama company yeji ye edema omo. Now as we speak now, Anglo Gold Ashanti and I say Anglo Gold Newmont and Zijin omo nyina ya sha omo say omo so endani omo adwuma no emfama local firms, local companies na omo take over. Omo de men kan say omo de adesra kɔ senke esremwa mon kamo ma mre kakra na few months edi anim to December yi de omo ntimi na so still na aban ne se da bi omo ama omo up to the end of a year this year December omo nani omo adwuma no farmer local firms and yes sir they will be forced to close down. That is the update. Into quickly you know ebeka kan na chechemu the write up and I said the Reuters Angasa Omo Edi Ebaye exclusive Ghana directs Newmont's Anglo Gold decision to shift mining operations to local firms by December. Sources say. Enti Omo Chemwa December de kwata Omo ensesa Omo Enyema Enfamfree Ghana has say. Na Daman de the takeover by engineers and planners. But we realize that a lot of people were supporting engineers and planners. You see, so when you adwuma wo krom ha no atrem nsem Asamba any opposite Obia Bekebiamao. So Ghana's Minerals Commission set December 2026 deadline for contract mining transition. Sources and documents say the Newmont, Anglo Gold and Zijin requested extension, but regulator rejected. Sources and documents say failure to comply could result in fines and mine shutdowns, says government officials. New rules aim to boost Ghanaian ownership, retain more value in country, according to sources. And Jom Chemwa, almost saw Monema, Omo endane concessions no enfama local firms na Omo enrane enfama Ghana because we are shifting from said ye juma ye didn't be akoma foreign companies no. We also want to have authority over our mining sites and ye minerals that Ghana have. Ghana's mining regulator has given international companies Newmont's Anglo Gold Ashanti, Chinese-owned Zijin until December 2026 to shift mining operations over to local contractors or face sanctions, according to 5 sources with direct knowledge of the matter and documents. Newmont and Zijin currently operate the mines with their own staff. Anglo Gold Ashanti has a joint venture contracting mining at its smaller Induaprem gold mine. The company told Reuters on Thursday in response to questions. Newmont and I said sorry, Anglo Gold Ashanti crowd. Most of it's kind of a joint kind of recruitment. No more yeah, free. Most of them are foreign. Some of them too are also local. And I say Ghanaians but the Newmont and Zijin, they currently operate the mines with their own staff. Because the man local firm almost betimi afa nipa dodo na omo Ghana ha sei na omo aye adwuma no e de ama Ghana eti ye be na so that we continue and see what is going to be the outcome. Many firms outsourced mining operations before Ghana. Africa's top gold producer revised local ownership rules in January 2025 requiring miners switch to contract mining. Enti first in the nanka oba yeah, the concession now the year with Juma while the open out the year obey Juma na same video be ame hu papa bi na sase wadua ne kokoko ye tu koko ni nyina gu papa no osususu no switch here because of them say compensation bi betimi afri ho no aba eti de mo use asase na say de omo pe na 2025 ene de call contract mining na say contract na shem say mre bia ye pen ye betia say we mo sasam ne manko ye nyo omo mbeba betu agudie ne de amaye. In January 2025, and switch to contract mining. Under the rules, surface mining must be undertaken by fully Ghanaian-owned firms, while underground mining must be carried out by companies with at least 50% Ghanaian ownership. And in most of the countries, it's Anglo Gold, South Africa, Zijin, China, and then Newmont. It's not up to 50% Ghanaian ownership. No. Omone tu niama no mama Ghana a buy percentage. Enti ni nyina eka ho bi and I switch to contract mining. Apart from Newmont, Zijin and Anglo Gold Ashanti's smaller Iduaprem gold mine, almost all large miners in Ghana have already transitioned to contract mining. 2 government officials and 3 mining executives said. African governments have been tightening mining rules to extract more revenue against a backup of rising prices for minerals and metals. Mali ended a near 2-year standoff with bank in November over enforcement of its new mining code. Some of these switch can help a country in order to offset a most of the countries. Anyway, a step in the right direction for Ghana or my Ghana. Say by December, January 2027 there. Now your sons was starting a bidding for phobia. People are asking, beside the engineers and planners are now. And I say I contamine and so bet me have a PM or baby. Nina and someone amount for Abisa. I want someone the Abronye. Ghana by 2027 there na obia companies local firms and na omo manage your mining sites. Na ye to asem no so a ye we call Aliko Dangote or Nigeria ni na otwi mo kopia mu Kenya and odin nsem ekoto dwa Africa We Build Summit in Nairobi, Kenya and odin nsem ekoto dwa kire mu a president Kenya President Kaguta Museveni Obona Baso because for paying so said the steps are Ghana ye taking the same thing on also taking on the some foreign companies or local companies or some two from a good anywhere more found the raw and found co Nancy and ye gold border she said they some omatic gold board jewelry they add some value to some of the gold I want and now make sure also say asset test the value of Ghana's gold no and some they are called a drama the same thing and Kenya forces ama Aliko Dangote Bona Baso president why are they no crown and check minerals are mutu Kenya be a soda ash titanium be a limestone be a fluorspar and be gold nina nema mutu Kenya na enche bia ono angasa be refinery ni bi East Africa omo ebe focus more on Kenya Yanko ti Aliko Dangote ye ba na yaba beto ansem no so e de amamo.
I can give commitment to the 2 presidents that were here. If they will support the refinery, we'll build the identical one that we have in Nigeria, 650,000 barrels.
So the discussions are still early, though, but the three of you, it seems like you're trying to make this work.
It will work. There's nothing that can stop it. We have done the one in Nigeria, and that's why we are taking the bold move, which we have started already. Piling has started. We are building that one to a scale. 1.4 million barrels a day will give us will be the largest refinery in the world. That's number one. Number two, will have 10% of the entire United States of America's refining capacity. And this is coming with a lot of, petrochemicals. And if you look at it today in Nigeria, if not because we have polypropylene, all the businesses would have collapsed because cement is packed in polypropylene, flour, rice, grains, everything. So nothing. And the cost now has shot up between just 45 days from $900 a ton to $3,000. There's no way you can afford it. So that is why we must learn how to build self-sufficiency. Right now, we have big financial institutions that are very hungry for big ticket items. And we are also big in terms of our own vision. Before, there's nothing that, any one of us will sit down and say, no, I want to build something like, when Samaila was heading our finance long time ago, this was 2003, 2004, 2005, we were even paying 44% interest rate in Nigeria. We had to go to IFC to raise money. Was our first loan abroad was 478 million. And this thing can be done. 478 million. Samaila gave them a calculation that, okay, we need 3 years loan. They said, no, you guys, you don't know what you are talking about. You need 7 years. 2 years moratorium, 5 years payment. We said, okay, we agree because we are desperate for the money. When we took that money, we paid it back before the expiration of the moratorium, which is 18 months. 24 months, but we paid the money back in 18 months. So it is possible. Africans can do it. Let us not be scared. Let them not come and convince us that, no, somebody needs to carry our raw material to go and produce and bring the items here. I must really thank President of Uganda for taking this bold move. Stopping the export, they will be forced, they will come and produce. Why do you want to take the raw material, then you bring it back? We too, we have educated people, we have big financial institutions. It's not like before. Things have changed.
That was Aliko Dangote in Samoa. Or de etu dwa kyerɛ mu a enema bebree wɔ hɔ anka ɛyɛ abibiman mu ha yɛmpɔn okay.